All right, guys. Today we are here. We are back again with the Raita Pulao show. जैसे कि आप लोग देख रहे होंगे मेरे पास आज बड़े नए चेहरे हैं, ठीक है, और उनके साथ जो है मैंने आज बड़ी मजेदार बातें करनी है regards to Eid and all. And I would, start off by introducing them. Okay, this is my Addy Club, which is right over here in front of you guys. And just so that, what I was referring to my audience over there was that I have these beautiful people with me, whom I will be having, a short question Q&A session, right? And that is what we're going to do today. So, just to kick start things off, I'm gonna start off, throwing this ball over to you guys. Just go ahead, there's nothing, formal, be casual. And yeah, let's start off with introducing yourselves and then we can move along. Natasha, do you want to go first?
Yeah, for sure. Hi, everybody. Very excited to be here with you all. My name is Natasha. I work on Addy Club with Zane here, but I like to call it Natty Club because, of course, I'm Natasha. So, got to add that in. But I don't know what is there to know about me. I love to roller skate. I love to be active. I love going outside. I love searching for animals in the wilderness and seeing what I can find in wonderful Caledon where I live. And yeah, that's pretty much me in a nutshell. And now let's learn a little bit about Ranzel.
Hey guys, so thanks Natasha. I'm Ranzel, or everyone here calls me Rans. It's funny because Zane actually gave us a preset questions to talk about ourselves, and now I'm forgetting what I'm gonna say about myself. So, actually wasn't born in Canada, so I'm Filipino. I was born in the Philippines. I came to Canada 11 years ago, maybe 12 years ago. Time has blurred since the pandemic, so I don't even know how long I've been here for. But yeah, just to add on a bit about myself, I am an avid Netflix binge watcher. So if you need recommendations on what shows to watch on Netflix, I'm your go-to. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for me. I work with the lovely people that are on here today with us. And yeah, I'll pass it off to Curtis, who is on the bottom right of my screen.
Hi everyone, so I'm Curtis, and I do work in conjunction with Zane, Natasha, Manny, and Ranzel here. I'm actually pretty new to Adidas, so I've actually just met Zane a couple months ago, so it's been a pleasure just working with him. About me, I was actually born in Canada. My parents were actually born in Africa, aka Ghana, so I do have a bit of African descent. A little bit about me, I'm someone who's really big into sports. I love music and politics as well. So I'm kind of intrigued to see what this podcast has to offer and the variety of topics that we're going to speak about. But that's kind of me in a nutshell. I'll pass it off to Manny.
Thank you, Curtis, and thank you, Zane, for the invitation. Yeah, Manu or Manny. Actually, people think that I'm Manu because of the Manchester United that you're wearing, Zane. So it's always like the good break, the icebreaker to start conversations, especially because I love soccer. I come from Colombia, yes, South America, where James and Cuadrado were born. So yeah, I'm all about sports. I also love economics and politics. So very happy to be celebrating with you Ramadan and also like extending this to a lot of people around the world. This is awesome. Thank you, Zane.
That is amazing, guys. I again thank you all for jumping in, all right, on a short notice. And, it's great to, learn about you guys. And I'm pretty sure the audience that we have back in home, Pakistan, Dubai, everywhere, they're going to be, as intense, in terms of hearing about you guys all. Next, I would just want to throw this question out to the group right now over here is what do you guys know about Ramadan, right? And because obviously, I mean, I've been fasting in front of you guys, so obviously this is the part that you guys know. Apart from that, is there anything that you guys must have come across, you guys must have learned that you would want to share? And yeah, I mean, it could be, just an open table. We don't have to go round by round, but yeah, it could be an open forum.
Yeah, I can jump in here. Jumping the gun. So what do I know about Ramadan? So I know, of course, you're fasting, but I do also know that if you want to, it's not necessarily required, but you can wake up at 5 a.m. to kind of kickstart your day if you do want to have some food, some drinks. But really, after 5 a.m., you're not supposed to really ingest anything. And if I'm remembering correctly, not to steal all of the data points from everyone else on this podcast, but I'm going to do it. If I'm remembering correctly, I believe that the purpose of participating in Ramadan and fasting altogether is to understand that there are people out there that maybe don't have, easy access to food, beverages, things that are there to kind of help you live and sustain yourself. So it's a chance for everyone in the Muslim faith to have the ability to put themselves in others' shoes and kind of understand what it could be like if you were in a scenario where maybe you didn't have access to things that you do need to sustain oneself. Am I on point? Am I correct?
You are on point. Salute to your memory. I remember we having the discussion earlier on this month, and I'm glad that you remembered it all. और इसी तरीके के साथ मैं भी यही कहना चाह रहा हूँ कि मतलब बाहर के लोगों को, ठीक है ना, इतना सब कुछ पता है रमजान के बारे के अंदर, तो और पता करते हैं कि और किसको क्या कुछ पता है. So yes, does anyone else need to add anything onto what Natasha has said?
I mean, I have nothing to add, but more of a comment because, or a backstory. So I obviously grew up in like a Christian Catholic household. I knew nothing about other religions and cultures. So growing up, I didn't know that Ramadan was a thing or existed. It was something that I learned in school, and then people that I went to school with were fasting. I was like, what are you doing to yourselves? So I'm not gonna add on to what Tasha, she pretty much explained the whole thing, but it was very eye-opening and kind of interesting to see what other religions do and practice in faith that was completely different from mine. And it kind of led me on to believe that there are other things out there in the world, that it's not just like I'm not centered in my own bubble and I guess in my own religion and my own faith in terms of what I practice. So yeah, I just wanted to add that on.
That's great to hear, Rams. Does anyone else need to add anything before I hop on to the next boat?
Yeah, kind of just adding on to what Tash and Rand said. I think I was in a similar predicament as Rand's, where growing up, I always heard about Ramadan and I always knew that. I have a couple of, like, one of my best friends is from Pakistan, and I would always like see people fasting and whatnot, and I would never really understand the whole concept of why they would be fasting or what was going on. And I think like as I've gotten older, I've begun to understand like why this takes place and like the days it happens and when it ends, and I've just learned a lot more about it. So kind of just that.
I actually wanted to add, I did my homework, Zane. So I remember that I read about it's not every year, it's not at the same period of time. So it depends on the 8 months and then a month, or 9 months and then a month, if I'm not wrong. That is like the year of the Muslim community. Yeah, it's like around. But I also know that it's not only about fasting and not drinking water, but also like not having sex during the day, only at night, and then also about it's a lot of a spiritual piece. So you have to pray a lot. And I learned about the praying perspective is because of the north of Colombia, where I'm from, and Shakira Mubarak also from Lebanon. So we have a lot of people from the Islamic world and also Jewish living in the same areas. So it's pretty awesome to understand that, yes, I was born, and my country was always Catholic and Christian, but we kind of had like those, why they're doing this, why they're doing that. Like for us was really weird, but when you put that into the Christian perspective, we also do similar things on Fridays, not eating certain meats, or the 40 days before we celebrate Easter, like things similar, but we're not as strict. Like our religion is not as strict, and I think that's at the end is a miss, because this is where you can find a lot of communities and you find yourself in someone else. So I did my homework, saying I did.
No, that's true. You guys nailed it to the T, and I'm happy. Sitting over here, getting to know about all these insights from you guys. I mean, especially like to our audiences, people might think that, like a lot of people out here doesn't know about, like what Ramadan is, and there isn't that much awareness around it. But I mean, I'm glad to hear that, you guys have those sentiments, and, you guys have done your homework. That's the good part. So let's move on to the fun part, which is basically प्रोनाउंसिएशन. तो लड़कों लड़कियों, आज जो है मैंने इनको एक ऐसा टास्क दिया हुआ था जिसके अंदर उर्दू बोलनी है, ठीक है, और उर्दू का एक वर्ड इनको उठाना है, और अब इनसे देखते हैं कि ये लोग किस तरीके से उसको प्रोनाउंस करते हैं, ठीक है. तो सबसे पहले मैं चलता हूँ. Curtis, I'll start with you. Okay, you'd have to pick one Urdu word, and then you'd have to pronounce it first, and then let us know what's the meaning of it.
Okay, so the word that I had was Mubarak ho, and essentially it means congratulations.
There you go. That's great, man. That's great.
I think I nailed the enunciation of that.
Oh yeah. It's Mubarak ho, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's good. It's great. Natasha, what do you have?
Knowing that we're chatting about Ramadan and Eid today, I thought I'd keep it in that kind of framework. So my word was zakat. And I remember that. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. My A's are always funny. But I know that it refers to Eid specifically, and coming out of Ramadan when, you finally are celebrating, having community time, and, you're going back to regular standard schedules. There's also a big component, which you refer to as zakat, and that is also sharing with others, and that refers to like donations and pieces like that.
That's great. Amazing. And yeah, you pronounced it correctly. Friends, what do you have? No cheating.
So the word I specifically chose with no help from Zayn whatsoever is dost, which I believe means friend.
Friends, you're
I just went on mute. There we go. I was gonna say, everyone here in this group right now on this podcast, you guys are all my dost, my friends.
That's great, and that's an effective way to use that word as well. Yes, we are all dost over here. And where is Manu gone? Is
I think Manny just said that she's having like some computer problems.
Okay, all right. Well, that's what technology does to you, but it's fine. Yeah,
I can add in another word just to take over for her.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
So my second word is Shukriya. I'm pretty sure I messed that one up, but it's essentially supposed to mean thanks.
Okay, so it's called Shukriya. Yeah,
Shukriya.
You got it right. Yeah, but the pronunciation is Shukriya, and yes, it's it's just a gesture of saying thank you.
Okay, Shukriya.
Okay, since now, okay, Manu is back. Manu, we're waiting for your word. You're on mute.
I don't think.
Oh my God, it's so hard. It's so hard. Sorry. Where was it? I had it. Oh, so it's Firmilan guy, I think, and it's like see you later.
Yeah, so
I have an advantage on the R because of the R, but I don't know if that's the way.
Yeah, you were really close, yes, but it's called Phir Milenge. See you later, or we'll meet again.
Phir milenge?
Yeah. Okay, just repeat it after me. Phir.
It sounds like merengue, you know?
If it says marenge, then it's like we'll die.
Oh, no.
So it's definitely Phir Milenge. Okay? Yeah. All right. So I guess we are pretty much towards the end of our, podcast. And इससे ज़्यादा मैं और टाइम नहीं लूँगा आप लोगों का. सही है. अब बस जाते हुए एक इख्तितामी मैसेज जो है मैं इन सब के थ्रू आप लोगों तक पहुँचाना चाहूँगा. So guys, let's wrap this up again. Thank you for jumping on to this call. And lastly, any Eid wishes you guys would want to put across for the Muslim community over here in North America, back in Pakistan, whoever is listening and hearing this, watching this podcast, anything you guys want to add, just go ahead, be my guest.
Yeah, I guess only 1.5 days left, and then you get the celebration of Eid, you get to party, you know, you're going to donate. So keep it up. You've made it through the tough part, and now you're getting to the fun part.
So having said that, if anyone doesn't have anything else to say, I'm going to go ahead and finish things off. I think we're in a good shape, and again, thank you all for just jumping in. और बाकी नाजरीन जो ये देख रहे हैं, ये एक बहुत ही एक्सपेरिमेंटल किस्म का जो है पॉडकास्ट है, बट अगेन मुझे उम्मीद यही है कि आप लोगों को पसंद आएगा, और अगर पसंद आए तो लाइक करें, सब्सक्राइब करें और शेयर करें. That's all that I wanted to say it out loud. Eid Mubarak. Thank you very much.